everybody, welcome back. So, previously on the vlog of M3, I made a little video where I gave you guys the opportunity to ask me any question that you feel like asking. Listen, I could sit here and say a lot of stuff, but I think it's gonna be a lot better if we just kind of get right into it. Hunkered Down Outdoors asks, looks like you went to Cookout, eh? While that is barely a question, the answer is yes. I actually really like Cookout. So there's gonna be a lot of people watching this video that is like, what is Cookout? Well, we're about to tell you. Cookout is a little fast food chain we have here in the South, and I know what you're thinking. M3, you're a Southerner? No. I live in the South for some very arbitrary reason, and I will probably be moving soon, so don't think that at all. But anyway, Cookout is really great. It's pretty hard to explain over a video why Cookout is great. They have these $5 combos where you can get like chicken nuggets and corn dogs and all kinds of crazy stuff as a side. And plus they have like char-grilled chicken that really tastes like it just came out of or off of a grill. They have really good spicy chickens. The burgers just taste like somebody made them in their backyard and they're just like, here you go, buddy. There you go. In short, Cookout tastes like a cookout. So yeah, that's Cookout, and there you go. So somebody named Realsies Cuts says, nice work, I need 3,000. If you eat and fart inside, it'll smell like a wet Yeti KFC gold chicken. Winning on my channel, but no one is looking. Not a question. Sorry. The Silver-Eyed Reaper asks, what is your favorite rock/heavy metal band? ? I appreciate the Imperial spelling on there. Got a lot of class going on. I'm gonna interpret this in two parts since he said rock/heavy metal. So my favorite rock band is gonna have to be Rush. There's a lot of like bands that I like that are rock bands, and I could go through them, but let's just be honest, it's Rush. If you haven't heard Rush, go hear Rush. Go ahead, I'll wait. I am never gonna give you guys the go ahead, I'll wait. You deserve better than that. Part two of that question, heavy metal. You know, I would say there's like a few heavy metal bands that I really like. Now I'm kind of an old school guy, you know, a lot of times I would be thinking of like some of the old metal bands and stuff. I like Slayer, and Iron Maiden's pretty cool even though they're a little bit of a one-trick pony. Haters? No, not today. But I would say there are actually some newer metal bands that I think are pretty cool. There's this Swiss folk metal band called Illuvity that I actually kind of dig. And there's this other band, I think they're either from Washington State or Canada, but they're called Unleash the Archers. And they're kind of like Iron Maiden, but with a female singer. And in some ways, you know, that just makes all the sense in the world when you think about it. BDLA asks, what's your favorite animal? I'm gonna have to go oddly specific on this one. It's baby hippos. It's not even hippos, it's baby hippos. They gotta be like the size of a suitcase or something. Boys Day Out asks, the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42. What is the question? Great vids. The question to that answer is probably a number of things. First thing that comes to mind is 37 plus 5. A guy named Rich Hubert asks, it takes a lot of effort to do videos. What do people want? He also says, I need a better personality. I'll work on it. Maybe people want a better personality. John Deuce asks, how do I get exposures? I'm gonna Google it real quick. So I did a little research on the subject, and actually you might not want to get exposures. A lot of times it's considered pretty indecent. One of my longtime viewers, Parmigiana, actually asks, you have some cool music tastes. Were you influenced much by the music of your parents or grandparents? There's a couple ways I could take that question. If it's a question of whether my parents' music or my grandparents' music influenced me more, I'm gonna have to say my parents. So my parents were really into the band Styx. Like, I've seen Styx 7 times live, and specifically my dad, he was really into the band Styx and really into the band Kansas, both of which I still really like quite a bit. You listen to a lot of classic rock, and that's a lot of why I'm coming from that direction, although I branched out significantly on my own. Travis Allen asks, do you like the band Death or Obituary? So, I've never heard of Obituary, but the band Death is exactly what you think it is. It was kind of like one of the first death metal bands, you know? Maybe death metal was actually named after death. But yeah, I'm not like a huge metal guy. I have listened to Death, and honestly, I don't like them at all. Sorry. Part of it is when you really listen to the old Death records, the production quality is pretty horrible. It definitely sounds like it was recorded in like a racquetball court or something like that. But even when you kind of look past that, as I sometimes do as somebody who's fairly familiar with like old recording techniques and stuff, honestly, I just never really got it. I just never was really on that train. A very special viewer named Admiral Spock asks, how many cups of raw eggs do you drink every day to stay in the fantastic shape you're in? I have to say, I'm taken aback just slightly by your insinuation that Spock was ever an admiral. There's only one admiral that ever mattered in the old school Star Trek canon, and that's Captain Kirk, who is demoted for disobeying very arbitrary Starfleet orders. So, you know, I'm gonna be Team Kirk on this, sorry. Technically, I only drink 1 cup, and I count it by the number of raw eggs that I drink, not so much like the liquid measurement. There's just a cup that I drink them out of, so it's really hard to, it's hard to answer. What's the deal with the eggs being raw anyway? Can't you fry them up? Does it really matter? Temporal Mix Productions asks, why did John Podesta email me about pizza and hot dogs? Well, I've got some alternative facts for you. You're fake news. Believe me, tremendous. Good question though. Somebody named The Cynics asks, other YouTubers you watch? Actually, there are a few YouTubers that I watch. One of them is named Don't Trust the Rabbit, which is some German girl whose name I don't really remember. She makes videos about the German language and culture and stuff. Now, the reason I'm kind of interested in that is when I was in college, there was a number of like German girls in my class. And so I started teaching myself German with the express purpose of flirting with them in it. And though that never really panned out, nothing happened with it, here I am kind of knowing some German stuff. And I don't know. I don't have a really good reason for watching it. It's just kind of funny. In the same comment, The Cynics asked, and what is something we're a part of but it didn't get the positive response you thought it would? Something I was a part of that didn't get the positive response that I thought it would? My life. Welcome to my nightmare. Lethal Gameplays 201 asks, do you like sports? I actually played a bit of soccer and basketball back in my high school days. Not really though. I've kind of lost touch with that whole world. But while I'm not very into sports and stuff nowadays, I do know enough phrases and sayings about sports to talk to sports people and not seem like a total idiot. Which actually I am. Now for a little change of pace. Abeba Inc. says, play a song. A reggae song, please. How long will they kill our prophets while we sit aside and look? Don't fear for atomic energy. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom are all I ever had. Redemption songs. I probably offended some real Bob Marley fans out there, but hey, you know, whatever. Morse Code Reviews ask, could you please play some Pearl Jam? Even flow, thoughts arrive like butterflies. Oh, she don't know, So he chases them away, crying. He can't help when he's happy, he looks insane. Last question. Sonic something asks, how many times a week do you do a big fart then wave it in your face for analysis? I don't know how to answer that. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for those salient and insightful inquiries into my my inner world. I do appreciate it. We're probably gonna do this on a regular basis in the future. It's kind of fun. We get some weird stuff. So anyway, I'm just gonna peace out. We'll see you probably a few days or so. And thanks for stopping by. I hope you're making the enjoyments. 3,000 subscriptions. It does a lot for my little pitter-patter heart. It makes me feel good, and I really appreciate it. I don't want that to not come across, because I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in some amount of time. Just got time to say